Hi, welcome. I'm Coach Tonya here with Critical Bench, and today I want to talk about balance. I've actually been out in the gym all day filming balance exercise videos, so you want to check those out too. But really I want to talk about why is it so important, other than, falling can be not so much fun. And everybody loses their balance from time to time. How many times have you slipped or tripped, just not paying attention, and you've stumbled and tripped over yourself? But this whole thing about, as we get older and balance can become more of a challenge and more of an issue. What I want to talk about, or what I want to make sure I address in this video, is that balance isn't just an elderly person's problem. Yes, as we get older, our risk of falling increases. A lot of things happen as we get older. Muscles tend to atrophy. We also tend to lose some bone density mass. We might not be as active, become more sedentary. Our diet might not be great. We may have other health issues that, like blood pressure, our vision can become compromised. So there's a lot of, it's not as simple as you get old, your balance sucks. There's a lot of things that are going on that happen. And as we get older, our bodies age. We've put a lot of wear and tear on them. So that obviously is going to affect balance and proprioception. But balance and proprioception issues can also be something that younger people struggle with for various reasons. And again, it can be something as simple as, maybe not being very active, not exercising regularly, not have very strong body, strong muscles. So a weak upper body, a weak lower body, a weak posterior chain. If we're not being active and, using our muscles, building our muscles for strength, that is going to affect our balance. Also, a poor diet can cause systems inside the body to not work optimally, and that can affect our balance. If you've ever maybe skipped a meal and then you find yourself all of a sudden feeling very dizzy and out of balance, okay, that's diet related. Health issues, again, people that struggle with eyesight issues, maybe you've had an accident, or if you're in a rehabilitative exercise program, that can be, if you've been injured, your balance is probably compromised, and as you develop strength and rebuild yourself, hopefully your balance improves. So I kind of want to get us out of the mindset that balance is just about getting old, because it's not just about getting old, although that's a higher factor or a higher risk group, but it can affect anybody of any age. So clearly, when we look at the bigger picture of how important balance is, including balance specific exercises in your training or in your week, it's pretty important. It's pretty important to work on improving balance, especially if you have poor balance, but also to support optimal balance in the years to come, because everything you're doing now is such a huge investment as to the quality of life you experience later. So including balance specific exercises is important. There is a nerve in your foot. It's called the peroneal nerve, and this nerve needs to be stimulated to be active, and it's a key nerve in supporting balance. Now, because it's in the bottom of our foot, this nerve gets its best activation from contact, when your foot is actually in contact with the ground or the floor. That causes stimulation. It keeps that nerve active, or activates it so that it can play its role in helping to support better balance. Now, most of us do not go around barefoot much of the time. That would just be kind of weird. Yeah, that'd be kind of weird. But, so having said that, wearing shoes, so when you have shoes, regardless of the shoe, there is a barrier. Sometimes it can be a really thick barrier or a much more narrow barrier, but the point is when you have a shoe on your foot, there's your foot, there's something below your foot, and then there's the ground or the surface that you're walking on. So you have this barrier which doesn't allow your foot to come into direct contact with the ground. And that's actually affecting that stimulation and activation of that peroneal nerve. And this is affecting your balance. So again, this isn't something that just starts when you hit a certain age, 50s, 60s, 70s. This is something that is sort of happening throughout your lifetime. But the good news in this is that there are things that you can do to keep that nerve active, to stimulate that nerve. There's certain exercises and tools you can use to help do that, which is going to help support your balance. So if you have poor balance now, it can help improve it. And if you want to make keeping better balance a priority, which you should, it's something you can start working on now. I always say, don't wait till something happens to start looking at ways to fix it or to improve it so it doesn't completely downgrade your quality of life. Doing things now is a great payoff later. So being strong now means better quality of life later. Working on and including exercises that support balance helps to value add to the quality of life you have later, because it would be really nice to be able to walk around in your space and your environment as you get older, feeling very confident in moving about your space without the fear and the worry of falling down or tripping or things like that, okay? So this peroneal nerve, it's sometimes called the sleeping nerve because of how largely, or the large number of people that this affects. This nerve being inactive and not being stimulated enough contributes to 90% of trips and falls in people over 60. So that's definitely targeting that older audience, okay? So what do? You do things now to help keep that active and stimulated. So one thing you can do is, walking around barefoot is going to help, but you might not be in a place where you can do that very often. You might not feel very comfortable doing that very often. I'm very lucky. I live in Florida. I get to the beach as much as I can, and the first thing I do is shoes off and barefoot. So my feet touch the ground a lot more than when I lived in Canada and I had winter 10 months of the year. So I'm quite lucky and I take advantage of that. But there's still things that I can probably do to support that even better. Now, a couple balance studies I read this morning have showed that this nerve in your foot is responsible for upwards or up to 28,000 deaths that are because of falls each year in older men and women. So I think we're looking at that 60 plus population again. So sometimes, sometimes how many of us have known, or you hear the story, so-and-so fell, broke a hip, they go to the hospital. Story doesn't end always all that well. So let's do things now so that we can maybe prevent that. So how do you revive, or how do you activate and stimulate this nerve in your foot? So there's a few things you can do. Balance exercises, like doing balance exercises and doing them barefoot or in sock feet. I think if you really, because I do know people that have a real thing about their feet touching stuff. They don't like it. They need to have their feet covered. So a thin sock is better than a shoe. But performing balance exercises regularly, and if you go to our YouTube channel, or you're here now, but if you kind of look on our YouTube channel, we have tons of videos with lots of different kinds of exercise, balance exercises you can do from beginner level to intermediate, more advanced, because even athletes need to consider working in balance exercises as part of their weekly training. So everything from younger to older people, those who have really good balance to those that are really struggling with their balance. If you're in a rehabilitative exercise program, if you have limited mobility, we've got pretty much any kind of balance exercise program that you can work through for free right on this channel. And the beauty of balance exercises is that you can really do them at home. You can do them in your office. I probably twice a week will take a few minutes and just do a couple balance style exercises right at my desk, especially on the busy days. Filming day, I'm working out, but it's not like training, so I always make sure I get in a couple balance exercises because my balance is not great. I have nerve damage on the right side of my body, so the feeling in my hand and my arm and my leg and my foot can become very numb-like, okay? And there are some days and weeks when it flares up to the point that actually feeling my foot hitting the ground, I can't hardly feel it at all. So I do struggle with balance at certain points in time. So for me, balance is a huge concern and something I want to work at. But there's something else I want to tell you about. I'm going to put this stuff down. And it is this. Oh, if I can pick it up. Now, this program is called Neurobalance Therapy, and it was created by our very own Coach Chris. He created this program going from beginner to intermediate to advanced, and it's a sequential flow of exercises that you work through in progression that help to improve your balance and help to support better balance. And it's very well laid out. It's meant to work in the order that it's presented here in the program, and doing this is going to be a huge benefit for you, particularly if you're struggling now with your balance, but also if you are maybe not having huge challenges, but you believe that there is value in doing balance exercises. The whole program, everything you need is right here. Now, when you click if you go down below in the comment section, that link, the very top, if you click that link, it's going to take you to where you can find out more about this product and everything that you get with it, all the research and development that went into creating this product. You get the DVD for those of you that still like DVD, but you also get the digital download. And what else you get is, for free, you get the spike ball. This comes with the program. Now, this is important. You need this with this, okay? This little ball, you can tell I've called it a spike ball, so it's relatively hard, and it's got these little spikes on it. Now, when we talk about that nerve in the bottom of your foot, what better way to activate and kind of wake up the bottom of your foot in general than to roll it over a ball with these little spikes on it. But more than that, this ball works into this program with various exercises that you are shown, that are demonstrated, that you work through to help really improve your balance situation and to give you better balance. So I strongly recommend this. I recommend this for anybody of any age. I recommend it for, whether you have a problem with balance, whether you think it's a problem, or whether you don't, because again, what you do now helps out later. So check out that pinned comment below for your copy of the NeuroBalance Therapy program. Find out all about it when you click that link. You get the DVD, you get the digital download, you get the free ball, and you have everything right here to start working at home right now on improving your balance. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It just makes me feel good. Don't forget, please check out that pinned comment below for the NeuroBalance Therapy program. It really is truly a wonderful program, a really, really wonderful program. And it would also make a great gift for somebody in your life that you know could use this program to help them improve their balance and to help support better balance as they get older. Don't forget, before you go, please click that little subscription button and that notification bell so you never miss any of our great video content. I'm Coach Tonya. If you have any questions or comments for me, please put them below. I love reading your comments, and I do get back to you. But thank you for watching. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you soon.